Oh, shit. Hang on. Ooh. Didn't realize it was live. Hey, welcome. Friday night stream. Just hanging out. I was on a couple of panels earlier, and now I want to kind of hang out on my own for a while. And then I might go on midlife bro logics later. He's doing a Biden. Well, he's doing a debate review, but it's going to be a Biden bash. That's what it's going to be. All right, so, did y'all hear any of that? I forgot to turn my music off. I almost want to just restart this whole stream. Anyway, let me get this on social media real quick, and then I will. Here, I'll put the link. There you go. Hey, Ken. Um, did you do a stream earlier, or were you doing one later? I saw something come across. What's going on? I can't hear you. You're coming in very low. You're hard to hear. What's up? You have anything to say? Okay. All right. He'll be right back, he said. All right. In the meantime, let me see when I schedule them ahead of time, I can do all of this housekeeping ahead of time. But when I do it spontaneous like this, I have to take stream time to go and do these little tasks. And it's hard for me to. Hey, Daniel. Happy Friday. We'll take a look at what's going on in the Panelverse in just a minute. I just want to let people know that I'm on. All right. All right. There. Sorry, I'll be with you just a sec. One more place and I'm done. Come on. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm here now. Come up, panel, whatever. Open, panel, talk. Oh yeah, let me put my little banners on. Let me check the news. We talked. I was just on. So Midbro and I did a Twitch. We have a Twitch channel now. We did our first. Oh, hang on, something just happened. We did our first Twitch stream, and so I've already gone over like all the political stuff with him. So let me just check real quick. Just the Supreme Court rulings, really. um, oh, sorry. Okay, I'm multitasking. Okay, let me get. Hi. Uh, let's see who's streaming. They said there was a high speed chase here with the shooting. And that just came across my feed. All right. I-Fi is so here's the story with the Andrew Wilson debate. I thought it was on for tonight. I think these are kids that are playing around, actually. I wonder if my sympathy's not switching toward Andrew. Um, I don't know how serious they actually are about debating, but of course I don't know how serious Andrew is either. What he does is not actually debate. Uh, Andrew had agreed to debate Based Oracle, and then Based Oracle dicked around and pissed Andrew off, and Andrew canceled it. And somehow I thought they had gotten Andrew to agree to the debate tonight. And what really happened was they were going to set up a stream and invite him and hope that he showed up. And Andrew said, nah. And Andrew's going to do a real debate tomorrow with Sarah Tomato. And so their little attempt to have the Andrew debate tonight was a bust. So they're just talking politics, and I-Fi's being I-Fi. He took me off the panel to make room for Chuck because I wanted to ask questions and have a Socratic dialogue. What was the topic? It was the two-party system. Yeah, it was the uniparty. So people want to insist, they want to make a claim that there's a uniparty, but then they want that claim just accepted as a starting point, like a starting fact. And so when I say things like, well, if it's a uniparty, why are their executive orders so different, like completely opposite, to the point where one of them revokes the other one and issues one completely opposite to the one they just revoked? That doesn't seem like unity. And then so he said things like, of course he didn't answer. He told me all about myself and what I thought and how I was feeling, and asked a bunch of other questions about topics not related to what I was asking about. In other words, not a back and forth Socratic dialogue. Um, and then I forgot how the rest of the conversation went. But anyway, that was it. Oh, he said that both Obama and Bush bailed out the bank, so that shows unity, because one president did something and another president came along and did something similar. That shows that they're working together. Oh, and get this: Biden and Trump are actually in collusion. They are working together, and this is a bit that they're both agreeing to play to make you think that there's this competing set of interests. I need a break from conspirators. I really do. I'm trying to do something different on this channel. In fact, hang on. I came across something the other day about the Socratic method. And I was reading it and I'm like, damn, if that's not what I'm trying to do on this panel. All right, let me just find it real quick. Yeah. Uh okay, listen to this. Now remember, Socrates, you had the sophists that were putting forth competing truths. Like everybody thought, just like on YouTube, where everybody thinks they have the truth and they put forth their version, they try to convince you using persuasive rhetoric and dialectic and rational arguments, etc. Um, what Socrates was doing was trying to find his way to some deeper truth or some deeper reality, but beyond just the competing narratives of the sophist. And so, in order to do that, he developed his famous dialectical form of argument that would become fundamental to the character and evolution of the Western mind, reasoning through rigorous dialogue as a method of intellectual investigation intended to expose false beliefs and elicit truth. Socrates' characteristic strategy was to take up a sequence of questions with whomever he was in discussion. A sequence of questions, exactly what I do, relentlessly analyzing one by one the implications of the answers in such a way as to bring out the flaws and inconsistencies inherent in a given belief or statement. Let me read that again. Socrates' characteristic strategy was to take up a sequence of questions with whomever he was in the discussion, relentlessly analyzing one by one the implications of the answers in such a way as to bring out the flaws and inconsistencies inherent in a given belief or statement. Does any of that sound familiar? Attempt to define the essence of something were rejected one after another as either being too wide or too narrow, or as missing the mark altogether. Let's see. That there was one other part of the passage. Well, anyway, that was the method. So when I read that, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what we do on the panel. And then there was another part in the book that I I don't want to look for right now. I'll find it later. But it was something about there were facts. There were the narratives that were the sophists were putting forth, and there were the statement about facts. And rather than being concerned with actual facts like the natural philosophers were, um, Socrates was more concerned about the statements that people were making about facts. And that's what he analyzed. And that's what I do on this channel. When people make claims, it's not the actual facts I'm analyzing. We can look those up these days. Everybody can get the facts. It's the statements about the facts that I analyze, and I do that through questioning, exactly as Socrates did. And yes, they did kill his ass. I'm well aware. I'm getting my ass killed on these panels by attempting the same method. And I forgot what else I was going to say. But anyway, Socrates. That's what I was trying to do. And so people want to put forth these claims, but they don't want them examined. They want people to just accept them. And then okay, here's where I'm going with this. Remember that I'm going to pull up the chart. Y'all can probably expect to see this chart at least once a day on this channel. Look at here, right here. These overexcitabilities. I think that's what I want to talk about tonight. Imaginational, emotional, intellectual. There's also psychomotor, which is the rocking, and sensual, which is sensory or aesthetic, which I also have. Particularly these two, the intellectual and the emotional. Denizen and I were talking about this the other day, of how people that are smart are intellectually excitable, have an unpleasant effect on people that are not. And if we're going to engage in our full range of intellectual curiosity and examination and everything, those people are a hindrance. I need them away from me. I need the space to do my thing and have that be normalized, not stigmatized, pathologized, demonized, normalized. That's what they've done in all of these little spaces in my life that I was able to get my intellectual needs met. So that part I know how to do. And the other part was the emotional excitability, which shows up as passion, intensity, whatever the emotion is, it's going to be heightened. So if I'm irritated, it's going to be anger. If I'm anxious or confused or frustrated, it's going to be very intense versions of that, because emotions are a form of intelligence, and I need the access to the intelligence that those emotions have. And so it's a form of censorship to try to shut down the emotions and to stop us from engaging in that intense intellectual activity. So I think I'm going to start making this stream geared toward intelligence, passion, emotion, and males, because those are the people I think right now that I've identified that need a space to have that and to be, and because if you can't establish that initial stage of an emotion, an identity, a feeling, like if you can't have a space where you can be comfortable and have it be completely normal to ask questions and engage in dialogue and discussion and to analyze statements about facts to arrive at the truth in this collective activity of sense making, then I don't know how you go beyond that. Like that's a starting point. So you have to at least have the space that allows that process to start to know where you can take it from there. And it keeps getting hijacked like from the very beginning. Remember those that story map, the phases of comedy? It's like the first phase comedy where the second way of thinking or second way of is trying to be born. That new society is trying to be born, and it can never get off the ground because it keeps, okay, back to our map. It keeps running up against this over socialization. This right here, the normies. This is where most of society is. And so when you show up with this intellectual excitability or this emotional excitability or imaginational excitability, which is creativity, the ability to envision, to imagine, to picture many different possibilities or ideas or solutions. When you show up with this here, because remember, this is what helps to disintegrate or loosen the socialization. So it's not really compatible with too much rigid socialization. So people that rely on like this heavy form of socialization to manage their environment for them, I don't believe are compatible with what I'm trying to do with people that are trying to use their emotions, their intellect, their imagination, their creativity to drive their growth beyond the initial socialization of society, which is what I'm encountering on here is mixed messages or double. Again, with the personality map, there's a competing set of values here, but I think it's a unilevel set. I think, or maybe not. Let's look at it. People want personal responsibility and they want people to wake up from kind of their initial programming. But then when I come along with my emotional excitabilities, my intellectual imagination, all my excitabilities, and start to examine and challenge and push against that initial programming, suddenly they don't want that. And when there's an opportunity like we saw yesterday with the cop lady, to claim a victim for their side, to champion their narrative, all of a sudden it's not about personal responsibility anymore. So it's the consistency. I'm not seeing a consistency in the values that are proclaimed in these spaces. And the reason for that, I think, is there's actually two competing sets of values. I think people, yes, they do want personal responsibility, but they also want victimhood when it's convenient, or the abnegation of responsibility, that impulse to kind of absolve yourself of responsibility and hand it over to somebody else and not have responsibility. That's a very deep, tempting instinct in a lot of people, I think. So I think there's both of those, and I think that there's people that want people to break out of their initial socialization, but they also want people to be socialized a certain way at the same time. So you're seeing both of those competing impulses, and because they both exist and no one clear, like nobody has firmly come down on the side of one or the other. I have personal responsibility absolutely over victimhood. Do you see the hierarchy forming? It's going from unilevel to multi-level, because for me there's a very clear choice between personal responsibility versus victimhood, and between becoming your authentic self and kind of allowing yourself to remain socialized by a group or a community, etc., like the herd instinct. So for me, one set of values is very clearly superior to the others, and that's why, because it's an innate part of me. It's part of my authentic who I am. So the more I self-discover, the more that part comes out. Like that's, or put it this way, that's the kind of stuff that's going to come out. So I need to be in environments that are ready to have that come out so that I can grow. And For people that are still kind of like ambivalent or struggling between, yes, I want personal responsibility, but yes, I also at times want to be a victim myself, or want to frame other situations as victimhood because it works to my advantage. Um, and then the being socialized, like wanting a set of morality, or wanting a set of rules, or wanting certain protocols or etiquettes, but at the same time wanting people to wake up from all of that and be free and be their own. It always involves wanting people to wake up from somebody else's story and suddenly see the story they're trying to convince you of. It's not them wanting to you to wake up to what is true, to what your truth is. And I think what is true for you and what your truth is are two different things. So you have something in you. You have your little acorn that's trying to turn into the unique oak or whatever flower special creature you are. And society is not going to know how to tell your acorn what kind of oak to be. You have to allow your acorn room to do its own growing. And so society can only take you so far. In fact, if we look at our map again, society can help you civilize these primitive instincts, your aggression, your sexual drives, your instinct for self-preservation, your instinct to lie, deceive, cheat, etc. Um, which is good for society. It's good for all of us to have these socialized, but it's not good for them to be socialized to the point where they restrict us and hold us back from all of this higher stuff. So I think people are in some sense protecting society or a group when they react against this, but at the same, but they're also reacting against this, and they're not going to know this. So those of us that know that we're acting out of this and not this, we have to kind of take it up on ourselves to figure out what to do here. And so what I'm learning is it doesn't do anybody any good for me to try to keep integrating into this zone. I'm not there. You see the unilevel, you have this boundary, spontaneous multi-level, then you begin to direct it. And I also showed that and by the way, this is what I do when there's no panel. So if y'all come up and want to talk about a different topic, I'm more than happy to. This is my journaling. Um this threshold of independence. So people that have crossed this threshold and have these green arrows and their own like inside internal arrow is green and is, I don't know what's to be gained by trying to socialize down here. I think you disrupt what's going on for the people down here, and you also risk yourself getting pulled down here. So I'm gonna try to stay in this threshold of independence from now on. This is where I work out of anyway. And so for me, at least currently, that means people that can, hey, freak, people that can have conversations, Socratic dialogue, um, curiosity. They embrace questions. They embrace attempts to find out the truth. And people that can have their full emotions. They can have their anger, their passion, their excitability, their intensity, and they don't have other people trying to restrict that. So I guess that's where I'm at with that for now. Oh, and also let me put the link. Midlife is doing a stream in a little while on Biden. So if nothing happens here, I might just go join him over there. Here we go. Yeah, hey Brandon. Um, all right, I'll let you on for a few seconds. Hi, what's up? You want to talk Looney Tunes?
Hello there.
Uh,
So I restream this.
Um, it may not last very long because if nobody shows up, I'm gonna go over to Midlife Bro Logics in half an hour, and I definitely would not try to restream that one. But in the meantime, I'm gonna put Brandon's channel. He has a
We
Looney Tunes
live
channel that you could check out.
for a little bit. That way, I'm thinking.
Do what?
What's the most? What version of StreamYard do you have anyway?
Um, just the basic version. The one level up from free. The one that lets you have 10 people.
The one that allows 10 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, best. Lately, a lot of people's been saying I have the best streams.
That's what I hear.
Hmm. My sub count is now 3180 something, early to mid 80s.
3180. So you're
Studios
like
at
900
3181.
away from your 4,000.
The studios, my dashboard said 3181. Maybe I'm on my goal to 4,000.
Yeah, it looks like it. Great.
Yep. My channel dashboard says 3181. I'm taking a break from going on YouTube. I'm done. Janix. And the Kristen was on Simon Hectic's channel.
Oh, how was that?
It went pretty well.
Well, cool.
My main channel.
Are you streaming tonight?
Yes.
What time?
9:30. My on my main channel says 3185.
He's in fact he's the only Looney Tunes channel that I even know of. So when I think of Looney Tunes, I definitely think of Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
among others.
Yep. Pretty much. Mhm. Hey Jeff, Brandon is #1 Looney Tunes channel on YouTube. What
Right.
will you do with 25 people on your panel?
I can't have 25 people. If anyone else wants to come up, the link is in the chat and it's pinned to the top. Please feel free. Please,
Please.
please come up.
Phil, please come up.
Yes. If we get a panel going, it will save me from having to go on midlifes. Otherwise, I have to go talk about Biden. Okay, here's my thoughts on the debate so I can get them. Brandon, I'm going to backstage you so I can talk. Um, Here's my thoughts on the debate real quick so I can get them out because I know nobody's going to let me speak when I try to go on these other shows. There were moments where I was impressed with both of them. They were both throwing punches. They were both having senior moments. They both lied or were very mistaken about the facts. I saw a pretty balanced debate. Um, Biden's deportment was a little worse, but I focus on the content of his answers and how he delivered them to Trump. And he really caught me by surprise how strong of a punch he had in him. I think he's mistaken about a lot of things and maybe confused or deluded. But then I think the left in general is mistaken and confused and deluded. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary there. And of course, Trump lives his own world anyway. So you take everything he says with a grain of salt. Hey, where are you?
I'm a good one.
Oh, you're on mute. Are you at the Goodwill?
Yeah.
Your mic is. We can't hear anything, but this is What are you just shopping, or are you there for something in particular?
Yeah, I need a couple things that hopefully I can
Oh
find.
man, we can't hear anything at all.
Dang.
Fuck. I hear noise, but I can't decode words. That's a giant Goodwill.
Let's see.
What are those speakers? Hmm. Well, we can at least enjoy the visuals, I guess. I don't. The audio's not coming through.
Yeah, I am back.
Yeah, you
There's,
can. We're
there's the
just watching the freak shop at Goodwill for now.
Mm-hmm.
This should be pretty safe since we can't hear him. That is a giant good. That's like as big as a Sam's Club. I don't think I've ever seen a Goodwill that big.
That's pretty big.
My Goodwill doesn't have those kinds of stuff.
That's huge. It looks almost empty.
Kind of big.
It's like a warehouse.
I hope he's not
Yeah.
narrating because we're missing all of it. Are you picking out something for Pride?
What
Do
were
they
you doing?
have Pride? Do they have a Pride section? Show us the Pride section if they do. The rejected Pride merchandise.
I don't know, they got racks and racks
You
of
should
stuff.
ask her, man. Where do you have all your gay stuff? They have that pillow just laying on the floor. They have pillows on the floor.
I need a table.
Oh,
Oh.
what? Do they have staff here at all?
Yeah.
Oh my god! They just had that printer was just hanging off the shelf.
Yeah. Pillows here.
If I worked at one of these places, I know for a fact they would have me arranging this stuff and making sure that it looked nice. Look at this. Who works here?
Who looks there?
I don't think they have staff. I think he's in a big warehouse by himself with used merchandise. There's a shoe on the floor. What? What? Oh my god. Not what I expected to be doing on a Friday night, but still. Master Control, can you flash your cam so I'll know you're a human? Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, well. You have a cool avatar set up there, but I still need to make sure you're not an impersonator. Hey, Denizen. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna take a risk. I'll take you at your word.
Hey, how you doing, man? What's going on?
Hello there, Master Control.
Hello, what's happening, Looney Tunes?
We're
Brandon?
Goodwill shopping.
A lot of people say I have the best streams.
I heard about that. That's awesome.
Even Master
Do
Control.
you have
has
favorite
heard
Looney
it.
Tune? Do you have favorite Looney Tune character?
Let's see. I like Daffy Duck.
What about the Freak?
Who?
Well, as much the Freak is a character, but he's not a Looney Tunes character. I think he was. We can't hear the Freak today, so he won't be able to answer.
What about the Freak's favorite?
We'll have to find out another day.
Who's yours, Brandon?
Prop.
The Roadrunner.
Oh, I like the Roadrunner.
Are you thinking about going over to Barnes Stream in half an hour?
Yeah, I was probably gonna pop by there, see if Trump is around or whatever.
Yeah. Well, is there a
was
chance
very
Trump could be around?
That was really disappointing last night watching that thing. I knew it was gonna happen like that.
I
but-
was kind of entertained. I thought I'd be horrified, but I was more entertained. It was like some surreal form of art. I wasn't even sure what I was watching,
Yeah,
especially
really
after
fast.
having 4 years of each of them.
Who did you like being under?
I don't like being under Biden. I don't like the DEI stuff and all of the like the institutional stuff that's just getting slipped into the agencies.
I was watching a thing with I think it was what was it, Jimmy Dore. You ever watch that comedian?
Not a fan. I've seen a
he
few
had
things. Though.
that what was that name of that person? Blair White on today. I guess.
Oh
she was
yeah, we
interviewing-
were trying to get her on our show.
She was interviewing people at the Gay Pride Parade or whatever, and she was just, I guess, telling them, asking them who they voted for and what they thought of the debate. And I guess Trump was the only first president to like welcome gay marriage out of like Obama and like the rest of them going in there. So like that's like the one thing that like set them off though. It was really weird to watch though.
Yeah, he was. He outshined them all. Actually, it took them a while.
But it's very weird stuff that like people that just vote one way that just like can never be like turned. It's very odd, but I guess they don't. Pride takes over.
They're locked into a story, and I got locked into it too during Trump. I just broke out of it, but it happened during Trump's election, like the day after his election. We all got together and we had to tell ourselves something that made it make sense.
I hear you.
Oh, does she probably doesn't even know she's on camera. I don't know which state you're in or what the.
Me?
Well, they can see that you're filming, right? Oh, he
the
can't
freak?
talk. Okay, I just have to watch this passively and not get my questions answered. This is torture. I just can't go over this store. Like, they have no like pride in their workplace or at all.
Oh well, I mean it's Goodwill, so it's probably like
I know, but even the Goodwills around here, they kind of try to make them seem like normal stores. They'll have staff that you can ask questions to, or they'll say hi. They'll be like friendly and say hi. Try to make you feel like you're shopping at a normal store. They'll try to make the merchandise look organized.
I hear you.
Of course, this one's so huge. You probably don't have the staff to cover it.
Yeah, a lot
Okay,
of
I
metal
love seeing
detectors look for silver in these stores.
Oh, you did?
Well, they find stuff like that, like candlestick holders and stuff like that, and like some jewelry that's like marked. One of the guys I watched, he found this gigantic gold. I think it was like 18 karat gold or whatever, but it was so old, and it was like a gigantic chain that old women would wear. So it was really cool. But
Do you think you're gonna do one soon? I would love to see
a metal detecting?
Yeah, in the Goodwill.
Oh, well, actually, I haven't really found that much stuff at Goodwill. I found a silver quarter in my change this week, though, at the store.
With
That's
your metal
very-
detector?
No, actually, it was at the dollar store. I found a 1935 silver quarter.
Oh, okay.
So that's worth like $5, though, a silver quarter.
Oh, really? How do you?
Yeah.
So how do you know? How do I know if I found one? I
Oh,
don't
well,
look
I
at
mean,
my quarters.
if it's before 1964 is when they cut off silver in the United States with quarters and stuff like that and dimes and all that. So it's before 1964, you might have a silver. And it also sounds like it rings differently when you get it in your hand. It sounds like hollow or it rings higher pitch.
Hang on, I have some quarters. I'm gonna check them. And so, what do you do if you find one of them?
Well, I mean, you just keep it. I mean, they're pretty much like I think they're 95% silver or something like that, or 90% silver.
One of them's in a
Silver's
roll.
going
I'm
up
gonna
in price.
open it. These are too shiny. None of these are going to be 64. These are state quarters. Some of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
those aren't
man.
gonna happen.
Even the state quarters are old now.
Yeah, that's weird. They started doing the women's quarters now. Have you seen those?
Wait, they have women's quarters? What?
Oh my god, they have that Maya Angelou prostitute lady on it.
They're gonna have they're gonna have gay quarters, right?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. They're probably next after the women quarters on there. There's probably
Well,
some
no,
gay
they need
women.
the black quarters and then the Palestinian quarters.
Oh, geez. They just throw them at you.
American Women Quarters Program. No, I did not know about this.
Yeah.
So I have
I
women
think
all over
Helen
my
Keller's on
quarters.
one of the quarters too.
They're everywhere. Oh my god. There's a whole okay, yo. And Maya Angelou, good choice. Sally Ride. Wilma Mankiller. Who is that? Oh, Cherokee Nation. Her name was
was a
Mankiller?
Yeah, that's why they chose her.
Fuck.
Feminist coin.
And men are not supposed to be worried? That's gaslighting.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And they have her on a quarter?
Did they change?
What?
They changed
Okay.
the quarters too. The physical things.
Wait,
up
yo,
again.
look at this. How do we see her? I want to see the quarter. Okay. Ooh, she does look scary.
It's weird.
Wow.
Oh, she was a female chief, I think, or something like that. Is that what that said?
First woman elected principal chief of the Cherokee Nation. So
Like,
her name was Mankiller, and they still said, "Yep, we want her in power."
And the weird thing is, the Cherokees were the ones that actually had the most African slaves out of all the Indian tribes.
I'm having a I think I'm getting triggered. Nina Otero Warren, Anna
Sorry.
Mae Wong. Well, good. I'm gonna get to learn about these people for my quarters because I've never heard of some of these. Bessie Coleman, Edith Kanakole. How are these being chosen? Like,
Oh, it's pretty much like Washington D.C. They have all the power down there. What's going on in the printing area with that stuff, the money and all that.
but
They're
the
gonna
Mint's
take Andrew Jackson
not
off the
deciding
money.
who goes on, right? There's some committee from the government.
Oh, it's a
that's
committee
telling-
probably.
Eleanor Roosevelt, Jovita Idor, never heard of her. Maria Tallchief, a ballerina. What? Polly Murray, Patsy Takamoto Mink, Mary Edwards Walker, Celia Cruz, I know her. Zitkala Sa, Ida B. Wells. What the fuck? Ida B. Wells is getting a quarter? No! Stop. Okay, help. I'm voting for Trump. I'm voting for no. Oh no, investigative journalist suffer. She's a propagandist and she has her own quarter.
It's crazy, right?
Does this look mentally sane to you right now? I am going crazy right now at this information. Okay, I need some cope. Juliet Gordon Law, the founder of the Girl Scouts. All right, fine, they can have her. Vera Rubin, Stacy Park Milburn, and Althea Gibson. Oh, I'm sorry, wait. Ida B. Wells is coming out next year, so we still have time to stop it. Vote for Trump. No Ida B. Wells quarter.
I hear you. That's
Whew,
why
that was a close one. I still have a year to stop it.
Well, the good thing about the quarters now is if they go on the ground, they pretty much rot within like 2 or 3 years. So they ain't gonna last.
I remember during COVID, we ran out of quarters.
Oh, they said that
we
you know
could
what they were trying to do? That they were messing with everybody's head.
No, they really did. My mom had to mail me quarters from Louisiana to do laundry. There were the banks did not have them. The stores were not giving them. Nobody was giving quarters.
That's weird. Because I remember they were trying to like do that around here too, but they all had changed. It seemed like though, just odd.
It was like a year and a half, maybe 2 years before I could finally start getting quarters to do laundry without having to go to the bank.
Weird. That's yeah. Changes like, I mean, I always like find a lot of silver actually around here actually in the older areas and stuff because I'm like on like East Coast and all that stuff. So, but I'm not sure with like
because it's the older part of the country.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the best thing that I find. I think I found 5 pieces this year, but just at the schools and stuff. But yeah,
like hunks of silver, just nuggets.
Oh, I found no, not nuggets. There are silver mines around here, but those are like privately owned and stuff like that. But no, I find like rings and like pendants and stuff like that, and earrings and other things,
Oh,
coins. But yeah, that's I do this camp around here. It was really awesome. It was pretty much untouched camp. The only problem which sucked was a bunch of the log cabins burned down, so they had to like build a whole new log cabin area. So there was like freaking nails everywhere. But the guy let us dig there. I found some gold there though. The last time I dug there, which was really cool.
what
It took
kind?
like 2 years. Wedding ring. I think it was
Oh.
like a wedding band, 14 karat.
Do you make can you make a living off of this, or is it just hobby?
They say if the only way you become a millionaire metal detecting is if you were a billionaire. It's kind of up in the air, like depending on your personality. I mean, there are some people that actually make a living at it. Like I know them, but it's a rarity. I mean, you have to be rich first off because they don't sponsor people that are just like the regular people here. They sponsor people that are like pretty much millionaires themselves. It's really weird. And like who gets more popular? Like now the chicks are getting all the sponsors. I've noticed.
When you say spot, like how does sponsorship work?
You get it. Well, they'll give you like metal detectors, and if it's some sponsors, they'll pay you. So I mean, like,
and then if you find something, they get a cut of it.
Oh no, it's how well you sell their metal detectors for them by doing metal detecting videos, and showing up for
my
appearances.
God.
And stuff
It's the
like
metal
that.
detector companies are the ones.
Yeah, that's pretty much they do. People have events where they have seated hunts and stuff like that, and they usually pay that person to come there to appear and stuff like that. They're on the boxes of all the metal detectors and stuff, but there's only a few people that are really like popular, and that's like Aqua Chigger. His name is. He's from Maryland, I think, too, where Barnabas is from. And let's see, we got Gypsy Jewel, but she's not really getting paid. She's just pretty much getting free detectors. I metal detect with a woman who's actually sponsored by Fisher Metal Detectors, but she doesn't get any money for it. She just gets free detectors.
Have you been sponsored yet?
Me, no. They wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole, it feels like.
Because of the Satan thing.
No, not at all. I'm not. It's just like like the same stuff that goes on in the world with the woke shit. That's literally what's going on in the metal detecting world. So there's like it's anti-white male.
They're like gatekeeping metal detecting.
Oh, dude, you don't even understand like what's going on with like there's a company called Whites Metal Detectors. They had to shut down because their name was Whites.
I do not believe. I'm gonna have to see a source for that. I do not believe you.
They're out there in Seattle, actually, from down over there. That's where it's from. They didn't say that's why they shut down. They said they sold it to Garrett Metal Detectors, but where they were at, it was getting very hostile. Like the area where they're at, people had to wear masks based on the color of your skin. Remember that?
Wait, what?
They made people that were dark skinned not have to wear masks because of oppression.
The company, this one particular company.
No. The state, the area where they were at, like Seattle area. You don't remember that? That was like a few years ago.
I don't remember black people not having to wear masks.
It was anybody.
I do remember that you could break lockdown to protest for George Floyd and the Chaz.
That was also true.
And I remember that during that COVID, my coworker had a job and she went through orientation, and they separated the black and the white employees into a black caucus and a white caucus, and they put them in separate rooms and they gave them separate trainings. And that absolutely horrified me when I heard that.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, they have the schools that are separated. What's happening?
And they got rid of all their gifted programs. What's up? Are you doing your stream?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. If you were black, you didn't have to wear a mask because they were worried that cops were like going to attack black people with masks. But now it's funny, after COVID, the Pooh Shiesty mask is ubiquitous. Everyone wears them, commits crime. You hear these damn motorcycles running up down the street. Everyone has a mask on in the dead of summer just so they can commit crime and get away with it. So it's amazing. That's a true story he was talking about. So I just wanted to corroborate that. That's all. I got to go.
Sweet. Thanks, Ben.
No problem. Are you going to say something?
We might take it over there, actually.
The show? Yeah, come on over, whatever. I'm trying to get in the mood. My sister might actually be watching, so I'm nervous. I want to do something good.
This is the OBS.
Are you going to be all neurotic and anxious?
I mean, I'm nervous. I always get nervous.
Of your sister?
Just every show I get nervous before.
Oh.
I want to.
Here's a
Do you
thing to
really?
remember that might help, Barnabas.
What's that?
Just remember your audience naked.
That's my sister. That's
Oh,
gross.
wait, sorry.
Have you seen?
I mean, as a kid, yeah, we used to take baths together. I don't really remember it, but I know we did.
Yeah, they had us take baths together too.
But she may or may not. I don't know. We'll see.
Take a bath with you?
Lol. I gotta go.
All right, man, later.
Peace out. Thanks.
We might stream you, or just go over there.
Yeah, I'll go over there, man. Might as well. It's just,
I'll let him get. The only thing is, like, he's not going to let me say anything at all about Biden.
just raise your hand if you have to say something.
No, I'm talking. It doesn't matter what if I raise my hand. The minute I start saying something, he did that on Twitch.
He'll let you talk. Totally let you talk. I mean, everybody else is going to be screaming, but that's that's what the whole name of the game is. There,
Oh,
just
yeah.
chaos
I-
and shit.
I can fight for the mic over panelists. It's when the host shuts me down. I can't do anything when the host does it. They have all the power.
Oh, he turned your mic off?
No, not Barney, but I've been kicked off or had to leave like 5 or 6 panels this week.
Oh,
Are you
Well-
in the market for a red bucket?
not really. Is that what he's looking at? Red buckets?
It's a Friday night, single young lady. Maybe she's stopping by after work. What time is it where you are, Freak? Oh, he can't talk. Forgot.
Plasma Void's asking you a question on the.
Oh, please. I've done a whole bunch of streams on it. I'm non-theistic. I don't anti-authoritarianism, individuality, personal freedom, autonomy, self-determination, etc. Basically, the religion of outsiders, misfits, people that go their own way. It's an archetype. Plasma Void. The name sounds familiar.
Oh, Barnabas said he'll let you talk. He said there.
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about. Believe me, I am not worried about Barnabas letting me talk or not. But I just know what's going to happen when I try to give my comments on Biden.
Well, you got to remember. I mean, do you think he was on something like Adderall or something like that last night to hop him up?
No, I don't.
'Cause they said right after that he was sick. Did you hear that?
Yeah, but people are going to find every little breadcrumb they can to make a story. They did it with Trump and Russia. I was part of it. I watched every little tiny little frame of something they see a conspiracy in.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's what his people said, that he was sick afterwards or whatever. I guess to say why he was stammering around
He's
or whatever.
old.
Yeah, he's mega old. I don't think either one of them should be president personally.
Yeah, that was my impression watching that debate. Was we're getting one of these.
I mean, I would personally, I would rather have Alex Jones be president or Mark Dice or freaking even Putin. I mean, seriously, they get shit done.
They both got shit done. I just don't like the shit Biden got done. That's not the shit I want
Yeah, it was
getting
bad
done.
shit.
Trump is going to do the shit I want getting done, but I think he's a little less competent than Biden at getting it done.
You know what I don't understand when they were arguing yesterday about with the money and stuff? What really pissed me off too, when he mentioned how much Biden has sent over to the Ukraine, $200 billion. That could have been
Yeah,
10
but fact
walls.
check that first.
Well, dude, remember they were basically having they had to get a new congressman in there to freaking be the what the hell was it? They got McCarthy out of there because he wasn't voting for it, and then they got the new guy in there, and then all of a sudden the Israel thing happened, and then 2 weeks later he voted for for Ukraine again. So it was like they put a new Speaker of the House in there, and that guy flopped again. So it was like they got a bunch of duds in Congress, which sucks, a bunch of rhinos. But yeah, the money was that's just frustrating as all hell. Hearing how much that they just keep sending over there, and nothing's accountable for, and they've lost pretty much. From what I hear, North Korea is sending in troops over there to Ukraine also for Russia. So that's a very odd thing that's going to go on there. Bunch of short guys.
I didn't hear
around.
that North Korea was.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Frank. Does this mean that you are finished with the movie? Because I told Midbro I would go on his stream for a little while, and then we could go. Is it starting?
Well, it's 9:58, so I mean, we got what, 2 minutes till.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to rush on there right when it opens, but he does that like 5-minute intro video anyway.
I hear you. Oh yeah, his guitar riff. Oh, that thing. That's at the end. He plays guitar. That's the long song thing that he plays in the beginning. But yeah, so that guy's not talking down there, the freak. Or his mic's off.
His sound is not working in the Goodwill. He's just entertaining us with wares.
Looks like fun.
Yeah, there's nobody in there on a Friday night.
So you want to hear a really weird metal detecting story?
What kind of story?
A metal detecting story.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, it's really weird because, all right, I'm metal detecting at this school, right? And I probably found 5 pieces of gold at this school, like since I started metal detecting there, and probably 40 to 50 pieces of silver. So I was like digging there one day, and I dig like 6 inches to 7 inches down, maybe. It was like really deep, right in the center of this baseball field. And I got this really big silver ring that had turquoise all over it. So I posted it on my Facebook, and not one, but 2 people claimed the ring, right, on my friends list. And the weird thing was, both chicks that claimed the ring were born on the same day. They were both the same age. They were born in the same hospital and lived on the same street in the same town. Isn't that really weird?
Yeah, how big is the town?
It's not pretty big, but they were born at a different hospital, probably like 30 miles away on the same day. Isn't that weird? They both claimed the ring. But yeah, and it turned out to be the other one, the teacher one that I knew. But I've known the girl actually. What's even weirder is the one that I found the ring who belonged to. I met her when I moved up to this place. The first person I ever met, she came up to me on the school bus, introduced herself in the 8th grade in like 1989. The first person, right? And years went by, and she's always been like a friend and stuff like that in high school and stuff. And then like I moved near Action Park where they had like condos and stuff, and she ended up like living right across the street from me. And I was coming home from a job interview one day, and there were 2 bears having they were fighting on the side of the mountain and stuff because we lived on a mountain. And I basically, closed my car door, and the bears came running up to the parking lot and started chasing me. They ran in my direction. So I ran around the condos probably like 3 times or something like that. I twisted my ankle, I remember. And she screamed, "Hey, come over here." And I ran into her condo, and basically she saved my life, actually. It was the weirdest thing too. But yeah, her dog actually bit me because I stepped on her dog. I stepped on her dog running into the condo, but I was I was being chased by I was scared out of my mind.
My God, yeah. How old were you? This is high school, you said?
No, this happened actually probably like 2011, I'd say, the bear attack. When I found the ring, it was probably 2006, 17 or something like that, or 18. So it was weird. She was a teacher at the school that I was metal detecting at. She quit the job because it sucked, but I mean, that's weird. Yeah. She's being in the fields and stuff. But really weird though. The same girls, like the same age and stuff like that, though, finding, claiming the same ring. And she actually told me a really weird story about the ring, that somebody that she was like a teacher aide with or whatever, she was going to get food with, and she put her ring down on her freaking dashboard of her car, and the girl stole it, and she caught the woman wearing it in school and called her out and got the ring back. So isn't that really weird?
This sounds like a small town or something.
No, well, dude, remember where Action Park is? Oh, the town where Action Park is, like Vernon. It's 65 miles. It's on a mountain. It's pretty big. She's like an art teacher, but yeah, she's really cool. What's he looking at? Oh, the voodoo enema guy.
Here, I'm gonna put the link to his. He just started. He's doing his little.
Oh, his
intro.
music. Where is it? Oh, I gotta go.
So I put the link to his stream, and I might Master Control and I might move over there. He's gonna talk about the Biden-Trump debate, and then who knows after that.
That sounds like a plan.
Does he have Lawyer Chick up first?
Oh, I don't know. Usually they're
He
on.
usually does about an hour with her, and then he opens the panel.
That's what it seems like recently. You know, I've been seeing that her and Juan or whatever. But who knows? You know, it might just be for everybody being it's a Friday night.
Well,
I think your mic's off. Oh, that was me. I turned you off by accident. Yeah, who knows? It'll be hopefully it'll be you know, they'll be on really fast if they're on. Whoops.
well, DeFreak, I certainly appreciate the tour today. That was a nice surprise for Friday. Friday night at the Goodwill.
Looks like fun. I guess
Looks relaxing. Like if you wanted to get away from people and you just needed a nice, relaxing space to yourself, the Goodwill.
yeah, I like going to the library too. Just use the printers.
I think the Goodwill is the new library because the
Oh.
library is the new homeless shelter around here.
Oh, it is?
Oh my god! Yeah, nobody goes to the library for books anymore at all. It's all to use the computer, social services. The homeless people go to sign up for this. It's like a homeless service center, like a community access point.
Oh.
And they can stay in there all day, so they don't have to be on the street. So it's like it's a library, and they have books, but it's a bunch of homeless people sitting at the tables and in the restrooms and everything.
I guess it's something to do, I guess, than sitting outside.
Yeah, well, now they can't be in the parks anymore.
Are they getting like wasted in the places though?
In the library?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell visually, but they don't look much different than they look when they're not in the library, to me.
The libraries
So-
around here are such a waste of money. Like we have like 10 women working in the tiniest room, and it's like, why do you have that many librarians working in one place? Like it's such a waste of money. You know,
Yeah, I don't know.
way too many people. And like the whole town is like most of the people can't read in it anyway. That's the funny part.
People have to figure out what to do with libraries now because people don't read books anymore. And they're part of our public infrastructure, so they're funded for something.
Yeah, it's weird that there's so many books out there and stuff. And that I heard that one thing that they're talking about, that some of the books they're saying that the ink is poisonous on some of them, so they're trying to like sort them out of things and trying to
Let
go
me look
straight
at-
up.
I have not heard about this one. Let me look into it.
Check it out. Poison ink on the books being like spread a rumor about
These
it. Or
green
whatever.
books are poisonous, and one may be on a shelf near you. Ooh.
See, that's the weirdest
Oh,
thing. 'Cause,
I
like,
think I might even have one of them. Hang on. Oh,
Wait.
it's a paywall. Let me find a different article. They
what do
only
we
want
put on them?
people with money to know about it. Poor people can die.
Everything's free on the internet until you hit somebody that asks you for money there. That's what sucks. Those newspapers.
Toxic book cloth. Oh, it's it looks like it's the cloth.
Is that what it is? Not the ink?
Let's see. Multiple books painted in emerald green are displayed. The toxic. Oh, it's arsenic.
Oh, that's what
It's the green. Yeah, watch. I'll show a picture. Oh, sorry, wrong one. It's these kind of books, and it's arsenic.
Oh, I remember those.
Green. A handful of books published in midnight, bound and covered with a pigment known as emerald green, known as Paris green, contain arsenic, a toxic mineral. You're right. There are poison books. Be careful. I don't think anybody here has to worry about them. If you see a green book that looks old, put some gloves on before you touch it.
Doesn't look like Lawyer Chick's on yet, but Barnabas is on.
Oh, easy on. I turned him off by mistake. Let me pull it back up. Oh. Here, let's check in with our friend and see. Do we want to go over there?
Shame on you, Democrats. Shame on you for wanting this. If that face doesn't say the old man on the hill who is a widow, get off my lawn. Hey, kids, don't go around old man Biden. He's probably got some guns up in there somewhere. This dude is a threat to society. I wouldn't even want him living on my block. Don't go up to old man Biden.
He's not going to address anything of substance he said in the debate. He's going to attack how he looks and how old he is. That's what he's going to do. Sick,
because he needs to be in a nursing home. I wouldn't want him in a neighborhood. I wouldn't want him in a neighborhood with guns.
You wouldn't even know he's in there. He'd be in a house somewhere.
And I definitely don't want him running the most powerful country the universe has ever known.
I don't want him either.
Nuclear codes, people. Come on. It's elder abuse. Dr. Jill Biden, lol. Doctor. We need to
That's
change
what
that word.
CT did today. He called I think it was the DC police and reported
here and now. Let's come up with a new term.
He did what? Called what?
He called the police and reported that Biden was being abused.
Oh, chaotic truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they took his report.
Did they really?
Yeah, she's like, okay, thank you, sir. And he's like, well, hang on. What happens next? Is someone going to get back for me? Can I expect a phone call? And she's like, I don't know. I'm going to call my supervisor and give it to him and see what he wants me to do. Like, he made her take it seriously.
The debate's going to find, and everyone knows now. I knew 4 years ago he was.
Hang on, I got to.
I've seen people
compliment
before
him.
My very eyes.
Come back,
I know
Barty.
the timeline.
If you hate Biden that much, don't make us look at him the whole street.
Oh, there's no elephant in the room.
His shirt, his hat, his headphones, perfect coordination. That is some
Orange man bad. Biden's great.
That is some
nice old
expert
man.
gay
He's
right
like
there.
Old grandpa.
I don't even think I can
Nice
pull that
grandpa.
off.
He's like a molester grandpa. He
Is that a Trump
smells
shirt?
women's hair. He touches little girls' hair.
let's see.
He wants kids to sit on his lap and rub their fingers up and down.
I have a
these
camouflage
old
because
blocks on his
hat.
legs,
A
and
hat?
he goes and he assaults
Yeah,
corn
it's,
pop.
it's like a nicer one though.
Come
It's like
on,
one of those
This
hunter
is your
ones.
champion.
Is it MAGA?
This is your
I think so.
champion.
I'm not
This
sure
is
what
your
company it
champion.
is. I think it's
Who's in the
Oak
chat?
Oak
Who's
Tree
in
or
the
something
chat?
like that.
Professor Mex.
But it says
He's
yes, say
YouTube's
make America great
premier
on it.
Passport Bro. Check him out, everybody. El Cheapo in the house, the realest YouTuber out there.
Oh, I better put
Big
a comment
Stank. I'm
so
not
he
sure who
can.
you are. I'm a
feature
tool.
me.
I love the trolls. Big Stank. Do you have any friends? Are they trolls like
Oops.
you? Bring them to the channel. I love the trolls because I'm a troll, right? Birds of a feather flock together. The trolls have a safe space here. Come on, bring the hate. I'm ready for it. Who's got it? Come on. I dare someone to get up here and talk good about Biden. I think I got someone that's going to do it. Can you believe that? Somebody I know. Somebody I
Should we go on?
Yeah, I'm gonna go
used
over
to
there, man.
respect. I still have
Might as
respect.
well.
I don't know what's wrong with him. I think he's gonna
Okay, I
come
think
up.
we're
I think
switching
he's
over
gonna
to
say
this dude. So catch us there. I'll drop the link. I'll go hang out with him for a little while, and then I want to go watch Survivor with my friends. There's the link.
man. I'll see you
Freak.
over there, man.
Yep, I'll see you in just a second. I'm gonna go pee, and then I'll be right there. Freak, it was
I'll
what?
pee too. We could cross swords imaginarily.
With Satan. Oh fuck!
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
You just get better and better. All right, I'm going cross swords with Satan, and then we will see you on the Midlife Bro Logic show. And Oh, sorry. Freak, thank you for the goodwill experience, and please consider doing it again or any other out and about.
See there.
And Master, it's weird calling you Master Control, but I don't have a problem calling Satan Master. So I'll see you in the men's room. Be right there. All right. Gotta run, guys. Take care. Follow me on Midlife. We'll stream it.